Hey guys, it's Strauss here, here with another iPhone SDK tutorial. Last week I did one and I got really great feedback. I've got 750 views around there in just a matter of 3-4 days, and that's really good. So thanks for all the great feedback, all the great comments, and thanks to the new subscribers. I know I've gained quite a few subscribers because of that, and hopefully I'll gain some more when I keep doing these tutorials. So today we're going to be doing part 1 of a 2, maybe 3-part tutorial, and we're going to probably 3-part. We're going to make a store. So it's basically like you earn money every 10 minutes or something. Every 10 minutes that the app's open, you earn money, and I'm not sure how long it'll be, probably less than 10 minutes, but you earn money and you can buy stuff, and it's not really a game on its own, but if you want to implement it into your own game, if you want to create a game like something like that, then it'll be very helpful. So what we're going to do today is just create the bank part of it. So I'll show you here. We have, this is just the simple bank part of it. So we have our cash value, and you start off with 0 cash, and you start off with $100 in the bank. So if I go withdraw, I can withdraw $10 from the bank, and it'll give me $10 cash, and the bank will change to 90. I can deposit $5, say $5 of that $10. Then I have 95 in the bank. I can withdraw 95, and I'll have 0 in the bank. And also, if I enter an amount to deposit that is too large, so if I enter 150, I don't have enough money. So if I hit deposit, it'll say I don't have enough money to do that. So that's what we're going to create today. It's fairly simple, but for you beginners, it's good, and it's a good start, and it'll get you learning about alert views like we did last week, and adding text fields, and simple math too, which is very useful. So we're going to start off with, we're going to open Xcode, and we're going to start off, whoops, not iPhone Simulator. We're going to open Xcode, start off with a new project. We're going to make this a view-based application. Choose, and I'll go into my tutorials, and I'll just call this store app, because the second part we're going to be working from the same application. So let's bring this over here and make this window a bit bigger. That's about good, just like that, or a little smaller. So what we're going to start off doing is creating our outlets and our actions in the header file. So we're going to go open our classes folder, and we're going to go to our store app view controller.h, which is our header file. And what we're going to do is define 2 outlets. We're going to define 2 outlets, one for each label. So we actually have 3 labels, but we only need outlets for 2. Because those are the values and the other 2 don't change. So we're going to go IB outlet, UI label, and we'll call the first one cash, semicolon, IB outlet, UI label, and the second one will be bank, semicolon. And then we're going to property these, so we'll go at property, non-atomic, retain, UI label, cash, and then we'll just copy that and paste it and just call this one bank. Now we need to create both of our actions because we have 2 actions here, one for withdraw and one for deposit. So let's go IB action, withdraw, and semicolon, IB action, withdraw, whoops, not withdraw, withdraw. Or no, that one must be deposit. What am I thinking? Alright, semicolon. And now that we're done in our header file, we can start making the design in our nib file. So let's go under resources. Let's open that folder and double click our store app view controller.nib. So when we open that, it'll open interface builder, and we can edit our interface. So I will just move this up here, and then we can drag out our 2 buttons. So we're going to drag out button number 1, and we're going to drag this almost to the middle, but not totally. And then we're going to copy that, paste it, and bring it over here. So the first one we're going to call withdraw. The second one we're going to call, can you guess it? Deposit. So after we've done that, we're going to connect these to our actions. So we can right click on withdraw and go to our touch up inside and drag this to files owner and click withdraw. This is the exact same thing as clicking the button and then going to our button connections. It's just a faster way to do it, and it's easier because you just need to right click, go down, and hit it. So let's right click deposit and do the same thing. Touch up inside, files owner, deposit. Then we're going to need to drag out our labels, and we want 6 of them. As you saw in our app, we have one that just says cash, or cash or bank. Then we have one for a $sign. Then we have one for the actual value. So let's go label. Let's line this up here, and this one we'll just call cash : and then we can drag out another one, and we'll just call this $sign. And we can actually just make this one. Let's just make this one. Make our lives easier. So cash space $sign, and then we're going to color this green because money's green in the US at least. So we'll make that green just by going over to our label attributes, hitting color, and then just clicking green. So then I'm actually going to make my background white so you can see that green a bit better. There we go. And then let's copy this green, this cash, bring it over, copy, paste, bring it over next to deposit, or just above deposit, change cash to bank, and then we're going to add our values. So this one will keep black so it's easy to read, and we'll just, you want to start off with 0 cash, and then we'll extend this like that. Save, and we can drag this over, copy and paste, and we'll make this 100. Now we just need to make our label connections, so we can control drag from files owner up to our label that says 0 next to cash, and call this cash, and then do the same thing for the one next to bank and call this bank. So let's save that, and now that we have all of our actions, everything set up, we can quit Interface Builder, and we can go to our viewcontroller.m, so our store app viewcontroller.m. And the first thing we need to do is synthesize our labels. So let's go at synthesize cash and at synthesize bank. And next thing we need to do is add our action for withdraw. So we're going to go IB action withdraw, because this is the action that we defined in our header file right here. So once we've done that, we can go IB action withdraw, open curly bracket, and I'll just close this off now so I don't forget. And we need to set up 3 strings and 2 integers. So our first string is the cash value. So we're gonna go ns string cash value equals cash.text, and then we need to set up an integer for this. So integer cash value number equals open bracket cash value int value. So basically what this is doing is taking the value of this, so the text value of this, and assigning an integer value to it. Because this by itself is just a string, and it's just recognizing it as like text characters, not a number. So we need to make it into a number. And then we need to do the same thing for the bank. So ns string bank value equals, equals bank.text semicolon, and int bank value number equals bank value int value. So basically the same thing. Now we need to set up a string for our alert view, the text to be displayed in it. So we're going to call this nsstring message, and say equals ns, so bracket nsstring allocate, close bracket, init with format, init with format, plain text, so at quotation mark, please enter the amount to withdraw. Your balance is, so that'll be the bank balance. Your balance is $, because we want to show a $sign next to it to show that it's money. So $%i, period. And then our %i is the, like we did last time, we set a variable inside of it, and that was %at sign. For an integer, it's %i. So let's go %i, end quotation mark, and then we need to set the value of that. So we'll go comma, bank, value, number, close bracket, semicolon. Now we can set up our UI alert view. So we're going to go UI alert view, alert, or let's call this withdraw alert, equals bracket UI alert view allocate, close bracket, and I'll just do this on another line so we can clean it up a bit. Init with title, and we'll call this withdraw money, and our message will be just message, what we set up here. So the text here is going to be displayed in the message of our alert view. And last time, in our last tutorial, we delegated nil, so we didn't delegate it because we didn't have any actions. We want to set this up with an action, so we're going to delegate self. Our cancel button title we'll just call cancel, because if the user enters a value they don't want to actually deposit, or withdraw rather, then they can cancel and just go back to the main screen. And other button titles we'll call withdraw to make the change. So if you enter value and then press withdraw, then you will withdraw. So withdraw and comma nil, like we did last time. And then we'll indent all these to make it a bit cleaner. And then we need to create the text field inside of this. So we're going to go withdraw alert, add text field with value nil, label plain text, so at quotation 50. That's just a placeholder text, so like to give the user an idea of what sort of thing they should enter. So 50 and close bracket, semicolon. Then we need to set our properties for this. So we're going to go bracket withdraw alert, text field, set delegate, close bracket after text field, set delegate self. And now we can just copy this line and use it for the rest of ours. So we're going to delete that, delete set delegate self, and make set keyboard type. And we want this to be a number pad, so UI keyboard type number pad. And then when we hit, then we're gonna paste that again and delete set delegate self and make this set keyboard appearance UI keyboard appearance normal, or sorry, default, not normal. So then we'll save that, and then we'll go down and we're gonna delete set delegate self, and this is gonna be our last one. We're gonna just say simply become first responder. Now we need to set a tag for this, since we have 2 alert views and we are only going to have 1 action for our button press. So we're going to go withdraw, and I'll show you that in a minute. So withdraw alert.tag equals, and this is just an easier way to identify it. So alert.tag equals 1, semicolon, and then we need to show the alert and then release it. So we're going to go withdraw alert, show, end bracket, semicolon, just like we do with any other alert view, bracket, withdraw alert, release, bracket, and semicolon. Now we need to set it to nil, so just go withdraw alert equals nil. Just simple. And then we're going to close off that action because that's our entire action. And then we're going to do the exact same thing for deposit. And so we don't, oh, whoops, I already closed it off, so let's not do that. So we're going to do the exact same thing for deposit. So we don't need to write all that out again. We can just copy this action and just change the names. So we'll copy it, paste it down here, give it a little space, and up here, IB action withdraw, we'll set to deposit. And then cash value number, okay, bank value number. And we're going to change our message to please enter the amount you would like to deposit. You have, we're just going to say, instead of your current balance is, you're going to say you have $%I available. And then we're going to set that bank value number to cash value number, because it'll tell you how much you have available to deposit, so you can enter the correct amount. Oops, don't want to spell available wrong. See it? So you have, so please enter the amount to deposit you have, and then however many dollars you have in cash available. So then we need to change this from withdraw money to deposit money, and we're going to delegate itself, message equals message, cancel button title, other button title, deposit. And then we need to change everything down here. So withdraw alert, we're going to change this. No. What? So now we want to change all of our withdraw alert to deposit alert. So we change it in our alert view, and we change it down here with our text field values. So deposit alert, deposit alert, and I'll just copy this and set it for the rest of these. Whoops. And let's go like that. And we'll select these, change them. Alright, now our deposit alert is all good. So if we run this, we will get some compiler warnings because of the because of all the stuff, like the integers that we're not using, and this stuff down here will give us compiler warnings, but it'll still work. It says may not respond, but it will actually respond. So once we run it, we see withdraw, this comes up, and there's a text field inside of it, so please enter the amount to withdraw. Your current balance is 100, so let's hit cancel. And then deposit, you have $0 available since we don't have any cash. So let's close that, and now we're going to create the action that'll actually change the money. So we're going to go down here, and we're going to type dash parenthesis void alert view colon parenthesis UI alert view asterisk close parenthesis or space between the UI alert view and asterisk alert view clicked button at index colon ns integer and parenthesis button index. And let's open curly bracket, and I'll close this off so I don't forget. And I'll just make some space here, and we're gonna go if the alert, if alert view dot tag is equal to 1. So if the alert view, so if we're on withdraw screen, basically is what that's saying, then we want to create our strings. So we can actually just copy these strings from up here. So we're going to copy these strings right here, and we want to set one more string and integer. So we'll copy these strings and integers, paste them down here. So our cash.text, our bank.text, and our bank value number, and our cash value number. So now we want to set one more ns string, and this will be withdraw amount equals bracket bracket alert view text field text. So that'll take the text from the text field in the alert view and make it into an ns string, and then we're going to make that ns string into an integer. So integer withdraw value equals withdraw amount, whoops, what am I doing? Amount int value, close bracket, semicolon. Now we're going to check which button is pressed. So if the user presses the cancel button, nothing's going to happen. The window's just going to dismiss. So we want to check if the user presses the withdraw button. So we're going to go if button index, which is the button that was pressed, equals, and the first button is always 0. So the cancel button is 0 since that comes first, and then the withdraw button is 1. So we're just going to hit if button index is 1. Then we want to check if the if the value that the user entered is actually less than or equal to the value that's available. Because if the user enters, say, if the user enters $150 to withdraw, and you only have, say, $100 to withdraw, then we want to make that clear. We want to make it so that they can't do that. So we're going to say if withdraw value is less than or equal to the bank value, because we're withdrawing from the bank. So if that's less than or equal to the bank value number, then, so open curly bracket, then the integer new bank will equal it's 5 o'clock. The integer new bank will equal bank value number minus what we withdrawn. So basically what we're doing is we're taking what we already had and subtracting what we chose to withdraw. So we'll go minus withdraw value, or withdraw amount, close bracket. Whoops, what am I doing? Semicolon, not close bracket. And then we're going to go int new cash equals cash value number plus withdraw amount, because we're taking it from the bank and adding it to the cash. So the bank will become less and the cash will become more. So now we want to set our text fields. So we're going to go cash.text equals bracket ns string with format, plain text, %i, because we're putting an integer in there, comma, new cash, bracket, close bracket rather, semicolon, and then we can just copy this and do the same thing for bank. So we'll make this new bank, and we'll change cash.text to bank.text. And then what we're going to do is create an alert if the value is more than. So right now this is what happens if the user does have enough money to withdraw. Now we're going to set what happens if the user doesn't. So we're going to go close curly bracket, we're going to type space, else, open curly bracket, and then we're just going to create a very simple alert view. So we're going to type UI alert view, and let's call this cannot do, equals UI alert view allocate, close bracket, init with title, we'll just call oops, message, we'll just say, what should we say, sorry, you do not have enough money to do that. Delegate, we're not putting an action on it, so we can just delegate nil. Cancel button title, we'll just set to OK. And other button, oops, we want to close that off. Other button titles, we will set to nil. Close bracket, semicolon, let's just clean these up. So I'm just going up a line and hitting tab so it looks a bit nicer. Then we need to show it and then release it. So we'll go open bracket, cannot do, show, close bracket, semicolon, and then open bracket, cannot do, release, close bracket, semicolon. And now we can close off that if statement, that entire if statement, and then we'll close off the if statement that is inside of. So if button index equals 1, we can close that off, and then we can close off the one that says if alert view.tag is equal to 1. So after our cannot do release, we're going to have 3 closed curly brackets, and now we're going to check if the alert view.tag is equal to 2. So now we're doing the one for the deposit. So if the alert view.tag is equal to 2, then we can go then, so open curly bracket, and then we can just copy this entire thing. So I'll just copy from right under alert view.tag equals 1 and just paste that in there, and then we're just going to change these values. So our button index equals 1 if withdraw value is less than or equal to cache value cache value number, then we're going to change this from withdraw amount to deposit amount, and we'll change, so if deposit amount is less than or equal to cache value number, then new bank equals bank value number plus, and then we'll change withdraw amount to deposit amount, and then so new bank equals bank value number plus the deposit amount, and new cache equals cache value number minus the deposit amount. And then we can just change, then everything else is fine. We can keep our cannot do statement, our cannot do alert, and our cache.text new cache, whatever. So now that that is good, we have everything being closed off, and we should be able to run this, and we'll still get compiler errors. Oops. We want to change withdraw value to deposit amount, or deposit value, and that will equal deposit amount integer value, and then we'll run, and we still get a couple of errors. So now that we've closed all this stuff, we can run. Oh wait, nope, just saw something that we need to fix. So up here, we're trying to add a string, which we can't do, and I believe up here too. Yep, so we need to change this. So int new bank equals bank value number minus withdraw value, because that's our integer, not our string. And then down here, minus deposit value. And we actually need to create this integer, so int withdraw value, we're going to change it to deposit value. And so we'll go new bank equals bank value number plus deposit value, and int new cash equals cash value number minus deposit value. Also, don't forget to change if deposit amount is less than or equal to cash value number to if deposit amount, or if deposit value is less than or equal to cash value number. So all that's good. And so we set our, since we copied and pasted everything here from our first withdrawal alert to our deposit alert, we forgot to set the deposit alert tag to 2. Instead, it was just the same as the first one, 1, so our action wasn't working. So let's save this after we make it 2 and run, and guessing this will work. So let's go deposit and deposit money. So let's see, we have $0 available, so if we go 5, it'll say I don't have enough. If we withdraw $50, we can withdraw that, and we have $50 in each. We can deposit $25, so it'll give us $25 in cash. Since we had 50 and we deposited 25, then we have 75 here. So that's our bank app, and I'll be doing more of these tutorials. Part 2 I'll hopefully have out for Monday, maybe Tuesday, and part 3 will most likely come out Thursday, if there is a part 3. So thanks for watching. Please visit my design blog, desdot.tumblr.com, and I'm coming out with a new website this summer that is going to be for designers, photographers, programmers, anything that deals with creative work. And if you're interested in writing and becoming a part of it, then please email me. I'm at gilesvg.com. I'll put that link in the sidebar, and I'll email you some more information. And yeah, so it'll be a really great blog, and I'm hoping to get it launched early July. Not sure, don't really have a set date yet, and I've been working on it for a couple weeks now, and I'm gonna do most of the work in June, and I'll need people to help me. So, and I'll also need people to work for the site once it launches. So if you're interested, please email me. I am at gilesvg.com, and follow me on Twitter, twitter.com/gilesvangrayson. And as always, you can download the source code from this project that we've done thus far in the sidebar, and I'll also put the video, put it in the video link, I'll put the link in the video. So thanks for watching, and happy coding.